Welcome to Intuitive Astrology with Molly McCord. Thank you so much for joining me today as we take a look at the astrological energies of the South Node in Sagittarius, completing its journey through this sign in late December, early January 2022. The South Node connects us with energies that we are completing and outgrowing, reveals to us past life themes and lessons we are wrapping up. The South Node reveals where we are comfortable in certain energies and then gives us an opportunity to check in to determine if these energies are still in alignment and resonating with who you are now and what is correct for you going forward. So we're going to talk about these themes in today's show. And just a quick note that yes, my voice sounds different because I was gifted with a little sinus cold from my son. So I am feeling that right now. I'm sure you hear it in my voice, but otherwise I feel great. And the show must go on. But I did want to recognize that because so many of you know my voice that you know when it sounds different. So we're looking at the completion of the South Node transiting through Sagittarius, where the South Node moves in reverse and gets to the 0-degree point before it transitions into the preceding astrology sign. And because the South Node and North Node move in reverse, they are always the energies of cleaning out, sweeping away, pulling back the covers, and revealing what's been underneath. So as the South Node moves from 29 degrees back to 0 degrees, it comes to that 0-degree reset position, which is the point of pure potential. So we are returning to a clean slate in the Sagittarius areas of your chart. And you've been feeling this energy more personally if you have planets or points in Sagittarius in your chart, because that South Node is asking you to let go, to release, to really be in alignment with what your current truth is and what your current belief systems are. So in Sagittarius, we're becoming more aware of our opinions, judgments, perceptions, what we had accepted as true for us. And now there's opportunities to truly evaluate that, to consider if this is still something that works for you or if you have outgrown it. Sagittarius is where we have accumulated wisdom and knowledge through our experiences, by going out into the world, by understanding differences, how many people are experiencing these energies on this planet across a full spectrum of possibilities. And then you're discerning and deciding what is true for you, what resonates with you, and how that creates your perceptions and your life experiences going forward. Sagittarius is connected with philosophy, higher education, long-distance travel. It is understanding the bigger perspectives of the world and of your life. It's searching for meaning, searching for truth, and often in a very proactive manner, since Sagittarius is a fire sign. And it's also a masculine energy. So there's a desire for independence, freedom, no strings attached. Let me do my thing. I want to be free to explore, to choose, to look at options. So there's a restlessness to the Sagittarian energy. There's a desire to go bigger, to know more, to keep wandering or keep searching. And that can be beneficial unless you are the aimless wanderer or never-ending seeker of meaning and never really connecting or finding what resonates with you. And so this energy is asking you to really look at where you have come from that has shaped your beliefs about the world at large, as well as what you believe is true for you in connection with the universe, God, source, spirit, whatever you may call it, because that Sagittarius energy is often quite mystical, and it's looking for the bigger, higher understandings in an inspired way in order to share or teach or do something that benefits more people, more of your energy, more of your life path. All of this can help shape not only your life, but it has shaped your soul growth, because that South Node is actually connecting you with energies, truth systems, and belief systems from previous incarnations. And we know that when we say past lives, that's just a way for our minds to understand the energies. But truthfully, all energies are happening in the now. They're happening concurrently in other timelines and other energy fields. And so what we're connecting to is a sense of ourselves, where we've been, what we've learned, the wisdom we have gained, and what we have taken forward, but from a place of higher consciousness where we ask clear questions of ourselves. Is this really true for me still? Is this really resonating with me now? Or has it been traveling with me unconsciously? And as that South Node finishes up the last 4 degrees of Sagittarius, you could feel a lightening, an opening, a relief, a sense of what you've shifted and changed that you've learned from, especially if you have planets or points in Sagittarius, because something would have come to your attention. And with Sagittarius, we can unconsciously take a stand. We can have our opinions. We can have our judgments. We can have our sense of, no, that is not correct. No, that is not appropriate. No, that is not right. And yet, is that accurate in this current energy, in this current reality? Or is it something you've carried forward from other lifetimes, and now there's an opportunity to even challenge it in yourself? Challenge it from a place of, I want to grow, I want to understand, and maybe this isn't working for me anymore. Maybe a belief system that I've held is actually holding me back and is not allowing me to move forward into new potentials and new manifestations. So the South Node in Sagittarius is not only moving across your Sagittarius points or planets, if you have any, but it's moving through the house or houses in your astrological chart that are holding certain energies for you to consciously work with and transform or release and let go of. And this is where you can have changeovers in your life, where things are just complete, you don't have energy for it. You're also completing karma in this part of your life, and you're letting go of some things across multiple energy timelines. And this is a celebration, even if it doesn't feel like it at first, even if it doesn't feel like it's something that you're willing to let go of or have removed from your experience. It takes about 19 years for the nodes to move all around your astrology chart. So this is a 19-year cycle of clearing out and removing because of what you have learned through the past 19 years and how you've elevated your consciousness to the point where there's no longer connections to those energies or those experiences. These can be very big shifts that you don't quite understand logically, but you sense it, you feel it, and it supports a rebirth. It supports that sense of it's cleared out, and now there are openings, perhaps even a void for the new to come in and show up that does resonate with you now. The South Node in Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter has been moving between Aquarius and Pisces in 2021, and therefore, as the ruler of that South Node in Sagittarius, that Jupiter in Aquarius is revealing soul contracts and karmic ties that you're no longer needing to give energy to, because perhaps those were established out of a desire to belong, but to belong in a way that wasn't truly authentic. Jupiter in Aquarius wants you to learn who you are as an individual, how you are uniquely designed, how your energy is different from everyone else's, and how to appreciate that, how to love that, how to feel confident in that without needing to fit into a group, without needing to feel like you have to do something a certain way to carry a membership card, or that you have to hold back any part of yourself because you fear being ostracized, alienated, rejected. So Jupiter in Aquarius is revealing what we unconsciously believed we had to do to fit in, to be a part of something bigger than ourselves. And now we can ask clearer questions. Is that still true for me? Do I have to do anything to fit in, or is my energy enough as is? Who I am innately fits in to humanity's energy. So there is a rising up here of what it means to be yourself without having to fit into a mold or a cookie cutter. It also reveals any past life energies, especially any trauma, any deep wounds, anything that was damaging to your sense of being an individual, that didn't allow you to live in your truth, that wanted you to suppress or repress parts of yourself. And so you could have some experiences with groups, family, tribal energies, collective energies, networks, where this was revealed to you because the universe is saying you can let that go now. You don't have to hold those expectations of yourself that feel more damaging than loving. And this can show up as well through friendships, acquaintances, people that you no longer have an energetic tie to because your energies are so different, especially as you clear out the karma or the soul contracts that are now expiring. And I feel like this theme of energies expiring is going to be very strong in December 2021, as we have a total solar eclipse at 12 degrees of Sagittarius. This is the last eclipse in Sagittarius with the South Node in Sagittarius. So there is a huge clearing out and new beginning point that's coming in to show you how you've grown and graduated through lifetimes of energy. And I'm feeling like this directly ties into any lifetimes you had connected to religion, cults, or limiting spiritual beliefs or practices of any kind. There's a collective energy that's shifting within us. So it means that something could be coming up or coming to your attention around your own spiritual practices, beliefs, even something like that's been hinting at you or traveling with you that you can't quite put your finger on, but you're like, something's here, there's a message here, there's something I'm meant to understand. That energy is speaking to you to bring to your attention where you have given your energy outside of yourself to a group, religious entity, spiritual practice, or something that is no longer in resonance now. And you can see this with gratitude. You can see this as like a step on the ladder where this helped me grow. I learned a lot through this understanding and through these connections. I learned a lot by being a part of certain groups where we had something in common around our belief systems. But that energy is breaking up. It's like cracking up and coming apart because we no longer have to be in these groups for safety. And it feels like they were a safety mechanism where as long as you fit in, you won't be persecuted, you won't be killed, you won't be put in the dungeon or taken away to the tower for captivity or punishment. I mean, this feels like a very intense energy that we have been programmed to believe. And that's part of what this South Node in Sagittarius is bringing up, is our unconscious programming around belief systems and truth systems that are expired and outdated, not only in this lifetime, but I feel it across centuries of lifetimes. And part of the support is to step into the truth of who you are without needing that energy to be attached to anything or anyone else, where you don't have to latch on to another organization unless it's true for you. But I feel like this is an energy of being stronger on your own. Now, the other part of the story is that Jupiter did go into Pisces earlier in 2021, and with Jupiter being the ruler of that South Node in Sagittarius, that brought up the idealism and the sense of giving our power to a bigger entity. It can also bring up some of the unconscious victim or martyr energies that we've also carried for lifetimes. So this is where we're being gifted to look at themes of where we have placed our energy and our power in other structures, entities, organizations, religious leaders, or idols, to the point of sacrificing ourselves, surrendering our own power and wisdom, and a lack of reciprocity, where there is definitely power structures here, and that's what we are dismantling, as well as understanding no longer serve you. So these are big themes since the South Node entered Sagittarius, the middle of 2020. And then the energies are going to switch into Scorpio in late December, early January 2020. And as they move into Scorpio, there is an emotional intensity that comes up around power dynamics, as well as potentially past life memories of how you died, how you were killed, how your life ended. And now you can work with these energies consciously so that you're aware of any patterns or habits that have limited your sense of control and power over your own energy. So the South Node moving into Scorpio is very intense and much more emotional, but it can also be deeply transformative as we connect to more of how we've been operating under the surface. And the South Node in Scorpio will reveal a lot more secrets, behind the scenes secrets of how organizations have operated, of what they've been doing behind the scenes through various rituals and energy practices. All of that will be coming up even more as we move into 2022. But as we complete the South Node moving through Sagittarius, this final eclipse at 12 degrees of Sag is going to illuminate what you're done with. And at 12 degrees of Sag, if you have any planets or points near this eclipse, it's going to be very transformative. I feel it's deeply cleansing of these themes, where you could feel that you're being released from your own unconscious programming across lifetimes, and you no longer want to do certain things. You no longer are wanting to make the same choices, or there's a new willingness to approach life situations, relationships, experiences, to approach yourself in a new way. So again, whatever house or houses the South Node is traveling through, it's moving back to 0 degrees of Sag in your chart, which is a clean slate, a new beginning point, and a powerful point of choosing what will travel with you going forward and what is complete. There could be areas of your life where you're making new choices already and you're saying, I no longer want that, I no longer like that, I don't want to live like that, I don't want to be that way. You could feel a discomfort around something bugging you. Like, why is this getting to me? Why is this getting under my skin? Or why is this being reflected back to me? And I think there's something deeper to be aware of that's related to a part of your energy that may or may not be true for you at this time. But this feels like strong karmic energies. And that's always the case with the South Node. But we're learning from them and we're making more conscious choices around what we want to take with us and what we leave behind. So it always brings up these choice points. And in Sagittarius, it's something significant of value. It has meaning. And we're seeing it as people changing their lives, whether they're moving to different cities or locations, they're changing jobs, they're making new life choices, opening up to something that maybe they didn't want before. It's interesting because Sagittarius is very independent and likes its freedom. But as the South Node moves into Scorpio, it brings up how we share our energy with others and how we feel safe, being vulnerable, being intimate, being open, and what we learn with other people. So I feel like part of this clearing out is understanding what you've done on your own, where you've been very capable, very knowledgeable of living something your own way, on your own terms, following your own path. But we're coming to this reset or 0 degree point that is about clearing out the energies so that you're not weighed down by anything that's excessive or exaggerated or too much. And instead, you have more truth, you have deeper clarity, you're in touch with your own soul's wisdom and knowingness, and then that guides you into these Scorpio energies of how you share your truth with others, of how we open up and connect in a deeper way, because that Scorpio energy wants depth, wants understanding, wants to know more, wants to go into the psychology. And so it's a very interesting energy as we move backwards through the zodiac wheel, and we're taking the best of the Sagittarian principles into Scorpio in a healthy, honest way. So I feel like some things that are clearing out, they're no longer your truth, they no longer resonate, it's no longer what you are wanting going forward, because you've already been there, done that, and the karma has been cleared. And that's also part of the South Node, is that we're clearing out unfinished energies. And so you can feel like you're in certain cycles, you're stuck in a loop, a habit, a pattern, because the universe is showing you, this is how you've used your energy before. Do you still choose this? Do you still want this? Is this still how you want to use your energy? Because if so, it's going to continue to travel with you. And as the energies move into Scorpio, you're then going to experience them with other people, and it could become more intense. Whereas if you are willing to grow, shift, evolve, and change, which are the strengths of Sagittarius, because it is a mutable sign that likes to be adaptable and open to life and open to change and open to the world, the more adaptable you are to what is really true for you now, and you have that willingness to say, I don't want to keep repeating this. I don't want to stay on this merry-go-round, or I don't want this karma or unfinished energies to travel with me. I'm willing to do what I need to do to finish it up right now, to be free, to be lighter. Then when you move into Scorpio, you're going to have a sense of truth that is in higher alignment at a higher level of consciousness, and it's going to affect your frequency and your interactions with others. So the South Node requires work, requires consciousness, requires understanding. This is where you could also have connections to your past life experiences or ongoing life themes, anything that feels really familiar. And in Sagittarius, it's where you can connect with people who feel very familiar to you because you shared in certain experiences with them across multiple lifetimes or one lifetime or any combination of potentials. The more aware you are of the South Node transiting through your chart, the more aware you are of what you can move through and move past. And yet that can be challenging when something feels so familiar or a comfort zone that you really enjoy. So of course it does depend on your own energy and how you work with these themes, but the South Node is supporting us in no longer carrying the baggage, no longer carrying the weight of certain experiences, and allowing ourselves to find peace. And that would be a beautiful keyword here as the South Node continues through Sagittarius, is you're finding peace within yourself, within all the experiences you've had, all the different belief systems you've subscribed to across multiple lifetimes, and now you're in a place of consciously choosing, what is my truth now? The more open you are to letting something go, be removed and be released without fighting to hang on to it, could be one of your pivotal areas of soul growth at this time. And then this upcoming eclipse at 12 degrees of Sagittarius on December 4th, 2021 is going to illuminate what has changed for you and bring in new energies and gifts to work with because of your willingness to clean out and clear out those expired energies. So I hope this has given you some good things to consider and sit with as we complete the South Node's journey through Sagittarius and allow what is outgrown to be seen as a blessing, to be grateful for what you have learned, what it has taught you, how it has contributed to your soul's experiences on this planet, and yet how you are open to what's next and you're open to the continual growth that is very possible for you as we move into the new energies of 2022. Because this is a transiting energy, it's working with all of us, but it could be working with you more powerfully if your own South Node is in Sagittarius, in which case it's helping you really get on your path and to release what you decided you no longer needed in this lifetime. Now, I have been mentioning the energies that will shift as the nodes moved into the Taurus and Scorpio axis, and that will start late December and January of 2022, and that also shifts the eclipses that we'll be experiencing throughout 2022 and how those will show up in your natal chart. And the eclipses in 2022, very dynamic, very big energies, and a lot of them are working with Venus and or Uranus in Taurus. And I explain this even more and go into these energies in the 2022 Soul Growth Astrology program. That is the annual program that I create for you every year that shows you the main astrology of 2022. And you can get that now for $25 with coupon code 2022. And I hope that helps prepare you for these energies and what's coming next for you as we move into the new year. So as always, thank you so much for joining me for today's podcast. I'll be back every Wednesday and Monday for a new episode. I think my voice will be a lot better for the next episode, so thanks for hanging in there with me. And I wish you a beautiful day ahead. You can also connect with me on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, as well as on my website over at mollymccord.online, which is where you'll find all of my latest astrology programs, as well as business development courses for entrepreneurs and those building up an online business. Thank you so much. I wish you a beautiful day ahead, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon.